Yeah, it's not the Bengals or the Chiefs, but if you start to name the next teams that could go to the Super Bowl, the Ravens are that team, and why not get that work? I don't understand why give us the chance to talk about it and make it a thing here. That's the thing that probably I wonder more than anything.
Well, and then look, this is not. Anything we ever said about Lamar is not anti-Lamar.
No, it's actually pro-Lamar.
Not in a passive-aggressive way either. This isn't like, we're just trying to help you and we're really trying to be jerks about it. These are comments and opinions that we have that are aimed at helping him get the most out of his God-given abilities. He's won an MVP. He clearly wants to win a championship. Patrick Mahomes will be there for every OTA. It's not even a conversation. The question with Mahomes is how many days of his downtime is he going to spend throwing to receivers in Texas? And how much of his personal time is he going to spend communicating back to Andy Reid and others with the Chiefs organization about new offense? A new offense. An offense that's going to unlock the passing game. A new offense that features multiple new receivers. A new offense that will be better implemented for week 1 if you're there. So I don't get it. They reportedly expect him to be there later this week. Why isn't he there day 1? He got his contract. He won. He got $52 million a year. His only focus at this point should be being at practice, learning the offense, getting comfortable with new teammates, having them get comfortable with him, and laying the pre-foundation of the foundation they're going to lay during training camp, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same conversation we're having here. Again, it's the first day of OTAs. Is it like, oh my gosh, a necessity in the team and everything's going to go downhill that Lamar Jackson's not there? No, I get it. But, I also just go, but why not be there? Why give people like myself and Mike Florio and Stephen A. Smith the chance to even talk about this and go, why aren't you there after, winning and getting a $50 million contract? That's what I don't get. And then, of course, the way the season ended on injury, or injured. So, I just thought, he'd be there chomping at the bit, excited. Now, listen, maybe he had something personal and stuff like that happens too. Sometimes you got things scheduled, right? And they don't tell you the OTA schedule maybe until a few weeks ago. And sometimes that stuff happens. I don't know. But yes, I mean, again, it's the same thing. The formula's pretty proven. The guys that are there, genuine, I want to see number 8 in Baltimore succeed and be the man. I think he's the man. I always have. So that's where it comes from. And that's where if I even ever sound frustrated, it's only because of that. It's because I wanted to take advantage of all that he's been given as far as his athletic ability and his talents. But, yeah, I mean, like we said, okay, so maybe Brady missed a few OTAs there, but it's just still so rare. And then you go through the top quarterbacks now, like you said. I mean, it's not even a question. I mean, we don't even – what? Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Hurts, right? Herbert, Tua, whatever, whoever you want to talk to, Trevor Lawrence. We don't even they're going to miss a practice. And I don't know why, but between, I guess, Rodgers a little bit and maybe Lamar last year and a little, this has become somewhat of a thing. And it's just rare that the quarterbacks are, missing practices. It's rare. It's usually the quarterback's the guy that's chomping on the bit to practice and be at football because he loves it so much. That's what the quarterback is.
And we live in a time where being a fan means being a member of a cult, and anyone who says anything bad about the team that we follow with cult-like mindset is an ass and should be attacked and should obsession. We all can say we have an obsession to be great.
Gotta live it.
It's one thing to say we have an obsession to be great, but you got to live it. And I know that sounds like something stupid that would be back on the back of a a little cheesy motivational card from some seminar you'd go to, but it's true. Everybody wants to be great. How many people truly want to put in the time, to make the sacrifice, to check every box, to do the stuff when no one's looking, or the stuff when people are looking, like are you present for OTAs, but to do everything necessary to build the wall one brick at a time to get the thing that you want? And this is what Tom Brady always said. If you want to beat me, you better be ready to outwork me. And there's guys with that mindset currently in the NFL that play quarterback in the AFC. Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, the 3 guys you're chasing. There's not going to be a single story, barring some extreme personal issue that forces them to not be there. We're not going to have a single discussion about any of these guys not being at their OTAs or doing stuff beyond that to get themselves and their teammates ready. That's why, if you truly want to compete with the best, this is the kind of stuff you got to do.
Yeah, it's rare. That's where I get into the conversation. It's just rare, And again, I don't know, and I don't want to judge too harshly here on day one. I don't. And I know Lamar, he might see this clip and he'll clap back at me, and who knows? But either
emojis.
way,
and I don't care anymore.
I don't care either. No, because it's
favorite team get to the Super Bowl and win it. Maybe there is some logic and some wisdom in these two guys who have been around for a while and know a few things, have seen a few iterations of NFL seasons and have an idea of what the patterns are, what works and what doesn't work. Maybe these guys have a point. No, they're assholes, because they're daring to point out anything that might be against our guy, because you're not allowed to say anything negative about our guy. We won't even say anything negative about our guy. All right. DeAndre Hopkins, a guy who was not traded because, and this report came out, I think over the weekend, late last week. I think it was Albert Breer. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry to whoever reported it. But the big impediment was nobody wanted to take on DeAndre Hopkins' salary,
right.
$19 million and change. Doesn't seem like all that much, but you got injury issues. You got the PED suspension from last year. And even though he's still in Arizona, he showed up. He's on the books. I still think there's a chance they just flat out release him, Chris. I don't think we can rule that out.
Wow.
But here's a little sound. We'll talk maybe more about that coming up. Here's a little sound from Lamar Jackson a couple weeks ago about DeAndre Hopkins possibly joining the Ravens. And here's DeAndre Hopkins responding to that yesterday at Cardinals OTAs.
I text Coach Harris. I'm like, is it possible for us to land D-Hop and Odell Beckham? He was like, Lamar, we can't make that happen. We can't get both of them. We have Rashard Bateman. I'm like, I'm not taking anywhere away from Bateman. Like, I love Bateman. Like, he a guy, he a number one receiver. But I'm like, we can just be loaded. That's how I'm looking at it, like a man type thing.
Man, you just trying to build your franchise.
I like
Lamar, the GM. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm thinking like man in terms, like, man, we can do anything. I just want to win the Super Bowl.
I love Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's one of my favorite athletes, and since I've been watching sports, I'm a school as this kid, so I've been a fan of Lamar for a long time. So obviously he's one of the greats, and I would be lying to sit here and say, it wouldn't be an honor one day, if my career allows me to play that long, to play with a great guy and a great quarterback like Lamar, or
So that wasn't obviously from OTAs yesterday. I thought it was comments that DeAndre Hopkins made to the media, but Hopkins interested in playing with Lamar. It's a dramatic turn. And we went through this phase of DeAndre Hopkins talking about other teams he'd like to play for. Remember, he did that thing where he did it with nonverbal gestures, and it was clear he was interested in the Bills and the Chiefs. And then all of a sudden it's like, what, I'm here in Arizona. I never said I wanted to leave. I mean, it's pretty clear he wants to go somewhere else. The problem is there's only one team right now that is in position to pay him $19 million and change, assuming they are. That's kind of where they are. Cardinals would like to move on. No one wants to trade for his contract. He's not ready to give up any of the money he's due to make. So
actually, they're there. They usually do the best, and hopefully Lamar's there for the rest of these. I'd like to see that for all the reasons you said. It's Odell. It's rookie receiver. It's basically a